Well, I started practicing yoga a little over 20 years ago with a teacher who I've continued to study with over the last 20 years. And over that time, my when I first came to yoga, my low back was an issue. It would get into troubles periodically, and with tension, tightness, pain, and then the after effects or the consequences, limping and kind of being uncomfortable moving around. And it was quite obvious to anyone who saw me, I would be comfortable sometimes and would not be comfortable other times. I had been a aggressive athlete as a teenager and my college through my university, and so with that, I was often inattentive to the signals my body was giving me. I was always told just to buck up and get out there and play, which I dutifully did since I didn't have any other models. That said, over my time with yoga, which was transformational, um, there there was attention to the back, but it became my back became in far better shape and much more capable and much more had better stamina and more comfort. And though I was continuously learning through placing awareness into my body, that with a morning routine and an evening routine, I could be my best self physically with a very demanding work and family life. About 5 years ago, I'm not good with time anymore. About 5 years ago, my yoga teacher had given me the butterfly as a gift because she was curious because she wanted feedback about because of my attentiveness and our long relationship. She, I believe, met you long before the pandemic and had been impressed, and then something prompted her to check in what you were doing, and that's how she became. So she got the butterfly for herself and she got one for me. And I've always dutifully been curious and interested, and I found it extraordinary how it further transformed what yoga practitioners would call shavasana. Um, it made it just a so I couldn't, so instead of doing a series of yoga poses and what some people from looking from the outside would call stretching, I incorporated a shavasana with before a little bit of laying flat, just as you encourage. I went to your website, learned your suggested technique, and I've adopted that. I do this every morning. I even travel with my butterfly when I'm not at home, because I can't imagine starting the day without it. My morning routine has morphed over the years. 13, 14, 15 years ago, I started practicing Tai Chi with vigor. And so that's also in my mix. And so I have an array of, my wife would call it a ritual each morning. But other than the dogs who would like to get out and walk sooner, I do that first and I kick the dogs out for a walk. But
Yeah.
so I find it useful in releasing and keeping my back prepared for the day. Um, and can't imagine going without it.